Hey, how you doing? I'm back. We're gonna go over a Wesley So game versus Lamir Domingo Perez. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. I didn't mean to, but this is a really good game. And then I'm gonna go over another game from them. It's a little longer after this one. This one was actually in the showdown. Or I forgot. Oh boy, I think that's what it was called, and it was in St. Louis. And so we're gonna go over this, and we're gonna see how Wesley So played. It's actually a 5 minute game, so it was a really blitz fast one. Okay, so Wesley goes D4. We'll just call him Perez, okay, so that I can say black. Perez goes knight F5. Wesley goes C4. G6 for Perez. Knight C3 for Wesley. Bishop G7. E4 for Wesley. Knight F3. Remember, we need to talk about this. Wesley So understands the principle that we've learned from Jeremy Soman. If you can hold the center, do it, because if you hold it and you're able to, you're going to dominate the game. If you are black and you're in this predicament here, you want to break this center. If you're white, you want to hold this center. So remember that. Perez castled. Bishop E2. Knight E5. Perez is going to try to break up Wesley's center. D takes E. D takes E. Queen takes. Rook takes. And Bishop G5. That's actually a really strong move. And so we have to keep that in mind when we're doing our move sequence. You want to do something with tempo. What it also does is this pawn right now, that's a pickle of a pawn. So what he's going to have to do is either maybe bring his knight here or rook E1. So he goes rook F F8. I know what you're thinking. Wait, what about just snapping off this pawn here? You could do that, or why not just drop in and go, I'm going to win a piece. Actually, not win a piece. He actually attacks the knight, and it's funny because you would think that this would actually be the best move sequence, but the only sitch is here. Then you play here, here, and about equal position. So knight takes, c takes, c6. Perez is trying to undermine the center of Wesley. Bishop c4. D takes c5. I'm c5. Sorry. Bishop takes d5. Now this pawn is pinned to the rook, so this bishop has to stay here to guard the pawn. He goes knight d7 because this guards the pawn here, guards the pawn here. Also prepares to play knight to b6. Knight b6 attacks the bishop. So we have to take in consideration that. One sec, guys. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, we have to take into consideration that. So Wesley castles queenside. Now there's an attack going on. It's kind of interesting how this went down. The bishop retreats back. Knight. He's bringing his pieces around, if you notice how they're constantly maneuvering. Yeah, and this right here was when the commentators said this was a good move because it was a prophylactic which got his king out of the file, the C file. And now Wesley could do an all-out assault on Perez. King H7. Now, if you look, what is Wesley doing? He's sneaking the diagonal because if takes here, 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 potentially this pawn can fall with a check. See that? Where this bishop's pointing? Bishop H6. Perez is trying to exchange down. Wesley's like, not gonna happen. I'm gonna go to an endgame where I'm better. He takes there. So now these pawns right here are weak forever. Wesley could always just play A4, A3 and not have to worry about this pawn. Knight comes in, there's a fork of the pawn. There. Takes. And then in comes a takes. Now this is attacked. That's attacked. That's attacked. It's like, wow. Big time attack. He takes there and it's like, boom, baby. It's like, whoa. Why didn't he take here? That would be interesting. I think I see why it's here. And it takes. You know, potentially something similar to that. And he doesn't want this pawn to be staring him right down the eye, so he just takes the bishop. There's a check. Don't you think, why not here? Because you got there, and then when the king was back, boom, baby. And then when there, boom, baby. And then when there, it's checkmate. See ya, boy. It's all over. Or see ya. So he has to move there, and then he takes. Then you win the rook. And this is cool. He just like slowly maneuvers. And he resigns at this point. Because you see why. If he moves here. Woohoo! Yes. Now, this was a good endgame, but we're going to go for a little longer one. 99 moves. I think this is the one that he might have hurt his finger on. I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on that, because 99 moves, that is a lot of moves. So I'll show you if you're thinking there isn't. Look, there's 99 moves. We'll just go through it. Just watch and see how they play. Wesley's white. And you see how they're taking over the center. Ideas are king safety, central control, and if you notice, Perez also understands that if they're attacking on the side, you attack in the center. Knight C6, let me C3. Oops, my bad there. Bishop B7 takes, and then D4. Because what Wesley's trying to do is undermine the control the center. So if this is taken here, he can always take back with the knight, and then that unleashes this attack here. Because you'd more likely, if this ever is taken, you'd want to go there so that this infiltration could happen. So let's just say a rook moved, something similar to this may be what you're looking at. And if there, you know, yeah. So look at, and then that takes, it takes, and whoop, whoop. There you got it. There you go. So you got to be very careful. That's why he doesn't take. He wants to control the g4 square. Bishop takes, takes. See, he can't take here because of that there. So he moves. Then he takes. You see why he is able to take the pawn? Because let's just say this takes back, right? You can always just take there. I know what you're thinking. What about here? That's easily handled. You just play right there. And now you're fine. You're up a whole pawn. Attacks the knight. Bishop attacks the knight. Now in comes our sweet little darling, either here or here. Now he's bringing the king in. And he's maneuvering. We're in the end game. Remember, we talked about, Jeremy Stillman talked about something called dynamic and static positions. This is a I would say this is somewhat, it's not really dynamic, more static. Because you have a bishop and rook versus a knight and rook. Perez has a knight and rook. Wesley has a bishop and rook. So it's closed, but it's not closed. It's kind of weird. It's one of those kind of odd positions that Perez has a really good setup for the ability to, like, when he takes here, and then he goes there. He wants to infiltrate to the second rank and start attacking these guys here. Sorry. This guy, that guy, and that guy. So he comes there. Check. Wesley. Now he's going after these pawns here. Now he's up. Wesley's better here. Totally better. But remember, this is a 5-minute game. You have to prove that you're better. Prove. Let's just take a look and see what does Wesley have and what does Perez have. Okay. Now they got me a drink of water. Wesley has a wonderful pawn structure. He also has a more active rook and a more active king, which gives him a higher advantage for winning. He's always also, excuse me, a lot of work, a lot of work. Okay. Okay, back to us saying. Okay, he's up a pawn. He has more active king, more active rook, higher winning chance. So win or draw for Wesley. Because when you have the extra, hey, oh, you want to go over? Okay, send the game. We'll go over a game. Most definitely. Okay, and so, yeah, alright. One sec. Okay, not a problem. And well, Perez has the ability, has a more infiltrated rook, which means it has the potential to get in behind these pawns and wreak havoc. So his pros and cons. His cons is he's down a pawn, and his pawn structure is not very good. Black's king is offside. White's king is more active. So this king's better. This rook to this rook, um, potentially I would say that Black's rook is slightly more active because it's more infiltrated into White's position, but White has a better chance for his movement of his rooks. Um, Rook h1, h4, f2. King comes back to attack the rook and hold the pawn chain, the base pawn. c1. Rook comes to b4. Check. King's slowly maneuvering in. Slowly. Rook check. He's going after the pawn. A little bit of just toying around a little bit. a3. Rook a3. King comes up. Check. Pawn. Remember we talked about our pawns? Getting our pawns rolling. Pawn push. Now Wesley's getting all of his pieces rolling. I mean his pawns rolling. He's just waiting, time waiting. Rook b3. Rook a2. Now Wesley has the dominating position. See, this is a 5-minute game, so they're moving really fast. And so there, he's slowly moving. He's maneuvering in, getting his pieces ready. Check. And if you notice, endgame play here is incredible. Now Wesley's wins here totally because he's got 2 passed pawns, and I think Perez, I think he timed out here. I'm not sure. This was it was interesting. A 5-minute game. Can you imagine that? 5 minutes, and you did 99 moves. Wow, that's like like super duper fast. So that we went over those, we'll do puzzles for a sec, because we gotta get onto some puzzles, and then we'll analyze game, and we'll also analyze some games too. Okay, so Let's see. We can't. I'd love to take here, but if I do, the queen is going to get taken. Nice. Oh yeah, that's right. You're right. I can't believe I forgot that. It's here. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that looked pretty tempting. Like what Bobby Fischer says, every move has a drawback. You have to give something. That's what was. It looked good, but it didn't work out. Let's see here. Because we want to get a check here. If we can get a check here, that's total crushing. So let's see. How can we do this? Because I'm trying to think. Oh, hold on. Let's check here. Okay, here, 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 here. Okay, there. All right. You can't play here right yet. So I'm thinking either queen. I think queen a7 is correct, because then what happens if the queen moves, we can always take, because the knight protects it, and then when it moves, we just come down mate. So, oh my word, really? Oh, wow. What about there though? Oh, gotcha, gotcha. I gotcha. Should have seen that, because then you got snikes. Okay, we'll look at this here. We're gonna go over a game of foxes. Okay, which color were you? Which side were you, white or black? Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's turn it. Well, I know. It's you could do it on white or black. I just want to see from the side that I'd be playing. Let's see here. Okay, so far so good. Interesting move sequences for sure. Okay, still good. So it takes. Oh, he didn't take. Okay. Takes here. Then you have takes. When the knight moves, you just bring the queen to a5. But then the bishop goes back. Yeah, interesting idea. I also see why he played h3 is an interesting move too, because he wants to stop the infiltration of g5. Yeah, that is max activity, truly. Yeah, bishop g4 is why h3 was played. Oh, attack, smash. Takes, check. Huh. I see why you check. You want to provoke a weakness. Okay, takes, 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 and then now you're attacking the queen. I see why he plays here. I'd be tempting to take that, but I see the sitch why you can't. Because if you took here, which is tempting, queen e5 forks the rook and the king, so he is forced to play. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and and the attack still pushes forward because now he can't castle. He can't castle. There's no way he can castle because if he did castle, um, we'll just do a small example. Bang, you win a piece, so he can't castle. So he has to move d1. He takes. Now the castling rights are all gone, and he's going to lose a piece. Wow, total domination. And then here, and yeah, bishop takes should be, and then I think delivers mate on d4. Yeah, perfect, because that covers here, here, and here. Nothing, nothing, nothing. That was a fast takedown. Do you have any questions about any part you want in here that you want to look at? Like anything? Because I really don't see any sitch. It looked like it was played to really, really good, so. Oh, you did a Sicilian defense. Let's try to show. Oh. Oh, rook f8. Okay. Let's see. Let's get to f8. Where's rook f8? I was starting at f8. Rook e8. Gotcha. There we go. If rook e8 was okay, gotcha. Okay, we'll see here. Yeah, it is. Rook e8 is important because yeah, you probably already seen that. Yep. Yeah. Also, it's the attack here, the pin here, and so that covers everything. That move actually works to the fullest ability. Rook d8. I guess you could play. No, you can't play that. Yeah, exactly. That's why this. I was looking at that because I don't think D8 actually. It's a good idea, good idea, but the only issue is the bishop covers that. I was scared of rook D8 because of bishop G5, and then rook D6. Yeah, because then you have C5. And I think your bishop is lost at this point. Not mistaken. Yeah, it is. It's gone. It's done. So e8 was the only forcing move in that sitch. Well, yeah, because you have to do that because the queen attacks. So it has to move somewhere. And I think that e8 is actually best. I don't see anything better now that I look at it. Let's see what the computer says really quick because they usually would say. Ooh, C8. Interesting. Okay. Because that does stop this because of there. Wow. So what can white play here then? If that like shuts everything down and keeps the attack rolling. Oops, I have to apologize about that. I have to enlarge it a little bit. There we go. So that it's a little easier to see. There we go. Okay, probably the king would have to move up, but I don't think that the king could move up because if he moves here, well, maybe he can move here. Maybe. Let's see if that's the correct move for the king to guard. Oh, pushing the pawn. Okay. So it says push here. Okay. Let's see. What would we do in this sitch? If you have any ideas, because this is the cool thing about when the computer provides a move and then they provide a move over here. Now we get to see what we would do because this does leave open this spot here on A2. We have to be careful of Queen B7 too, so gotta take that into consideration. Actually, we don't have to worry about that. I was wrong because then you can intercept with D7 here. Probably Queen A1. Yeah, that's the most active spot I can see. Okay, let's see what the computer would say. Okay, here. All right. What would we want to play? Because we can't play here because of that. Can't go here or here. Yeah, this is very interesting for sure. That does look, the computer says that, but F5 blocks, yeah, it does block that. Okay, what would it play? Okay, here. Why doesn't it play here though? Why didn't it play there? Oh, because they're retreating back. Okay, I gotcha. Oops, wrong move. Okay, sorry about that. Where? Oh, C8. Okay. Nope. It did not here. Oops, sorry, not here. It played here. That's right. A1, B, F, and so it said F3. I think it's F. I want to make sure if I did that. Is it F3? Yep, it's F3. Okay. I'm thinking maybe check. Maybe a check with the queen. Huh. White should be able to grind this. Yeah. Should be able to grind this out. Oh, yeah. So G6. Yeah. Do we have anything more forcing, though? Yeah. So, let's see. What if we played... Can't play... Well... Rook down for sure. But no mate yet. Yeah, there is no mate yet. So, rook... Rook d8. I'm just looking to see. What if we play there? No. 1 second. My cat came in. Just 1 sec. Hey, sorry about that, guys. My sweet little kitty cat came in. Just take a look to see what... Yeah, I think he goes... No, he goes to A7. Maybe we come sliding in here. That's a +4 for white. Wow. Was I wrong there? Yeah, do that. Then when he plays back there, okay. That was horrible. That was like a plus. Okay, let's get back to, we'll get at, okay, rather than the check here, okay. So you guys are thinking, hold on, I'm gonna get out of there. So you're thinking G6, right? On G6? Oh, King F6, gotcha. Okay. Let's see what that had done. Okay, then he has a check. Oops. What the heck are you doing? Delete. And of course, you'd have to take, then king takes, and it's a slow grind. So that's potentially what would happen. He has two pawns for a rook. So this might be a little difficult to hold. Yeah. He's got one passer for at this moment. But you do have a rook though, so you have a rook and bishop, so that should be enough to hold. I can see why it says it's 3 pawn advantage for black. Well, this would be a tough one to hold though. What would you play in this? Because I'm kind of stumped here. Let's see here. So I'm thinking, do we activate our king, which might be the best idea. I'm thinking king. Oh, you want to do king e7? Perhaps king e7. So king here. So king e7. What's white gonna play? Okay, he's gonna push the pawn. So are we gonna go d7 then? King d7. Actually, we can't go king d7. My fault here. This pawn's yeah. This is a stitch here. Maybe I'm thinking a5. I know that sounds kind of crazy a little bit, but if we play a5 here and he takes, you have that there. I think that's actually, that destroys his idea of anything. Yeah, I think a5 is devastating in my opinion. That stops everything. Because he can't play here because of snap, and yes, this is protected. The king would have to move. Let's say he moves over here. Oops, he can't move there. My bad. That's a pawn shelter. Yeah. Oh yeah, pawn shredder. Yeah. I'm trying to think. He might move. He probably move his king there at that point. So we'd want to probably play our rook there because we want to get in behind the pawn. And he'd probably play here. I'm just thinking, think. Potentially, no, we don't want to do that. Well, we could actually. We could play here, then he'd play there. We play here. So the only issue of going here is here. Then you have to go there. Then you actually, that does stop everything. Oops, that's wrong. So what does I want to see what the computer says to do. Oh, tax the rook. Okay. Yeah, king beef. Yeah. Yeah, if he takes here, I see what you're saying. If he takes here, oops, he can't take there. So, oops. Let's see. Where was I? Okay, here. Okay, the computer says a6, bishop a6, trying to keep things active. So we want to We're probably just going to have to play just c7. I really don't see anything here. What do you like? You want to do rook a8? But we don't want to do a8. This keeps the pressure on this pawn here, so these pawns can't be pushed. So you wanna kind of keep it on this file here. If we played, it's a good idea to play A, but the only issue is there, and then now you have he has two passers, and I do not like this position one bit. Potentially you could take. I wouldn't take though. No. I'd just stay with B. Let's see what does he want to play. Okay, he wants to retreat back. Okay, now that we're at bishop c4. Do we take or not? Would not trade bishop. Bishop d7. Let's see what the computer says. Yep, you're right. Bishop d7. Because you want to keep as many pieces with these guys. What does he play? Okay. He's kind of like, I'm going to play back. Let's see. Anything. If we don't want to take, because if we take at this moment, he'll take back, and then he has these two monsters. I was looking at a tricky idea here. If then he plays here, we take here, takes, and we fractured his pawns. So I was thinking of a little sneaky idea like that. And that holds everything in the position. That's an interesting little move, huh? Yeah, you're up a whole rook. I was just thinking that's a cool idea, because if we could break this structure here, we have the game, because once these things are fractured, like if this gets fractured, which that idea does, the bishop can control this whole diagonal, and it's all over. So let's just check to see. I'll see if that's the correct move. Oh wow! I found wow, that was cool. We're starting to think like the engines, guys. Let's see, what did AP play. Okay, he doesn't fall for that idea. It goes back there. But man, wouldn't it be tempting though to? That's tempting to play if you were facing somebody. They're more likely that's a computer move. I mean, a human move that would be played, and then they'd be surprised with boom, bang, bang, and then you're basically, how many points are we up? Oh, we're up 3. So, but if you look, this is covered. the king would have to infiltrate in, and then you can move there. And there's really, in my opinion, it's basically over because this is covered, 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 covered. So the king would have to get these guys going here. We have a pawn, same pawn amount, so there's no majority anymore. This is a bad pawn. The pawn a5 will be okay. Another game. All right, will do. These end games are stellar, though. I like going over end games. Okay, let's take a look. Are you white or black? Oh, as white. Okay, you're okay. All right, you're white. Gotcha. E5. Bishop beef b3. Wow, you're doing side fianchettos. Interesting. Oh yeah. The idea is Nakamura loves these type of positions when it comes to quick games. He says that fianchettoing with both his bishops is an idea that he does. So if for blitz like that, the fianchetto idea is very bad. Yeah, it's not exactly. It is interesting to to play in the center is the most classic and old time. I don't want to say old time because it's not old. It even applies till now, but I'll just say classic. It's the classic way of playing. But the modern way is controlling the center with the bishops, slicing, dicing, and then at the right moment, the idea is for white to crunch the center. Yeah, exactly. You do want to do stuff for. It is good to try new ideas out, and when you're with openings, if you're interested, like if you like a modern opening like this, you can work with it. The best idea is to play with it. When you play with an opening, you get better at it and you see patterns. And so you also get ideas off of them, and then from those ideas, you can make plans. Then from those plans, basically, you have a strategy. And this idea, the reason fianchettos are cool is you don't know what's going to happen. Oops, my bad there. I'll get rid of that. Okay. You don't know what'll happen when these guys open up. When these guys are gone, you have two monsters. I saw. Let's see, I have to play one. Yeah. It is an interesting opening, the modern, because you're letting the the other side control the center, but you're saying to the other side, yes, you control the center at this moment, but I have enough force with my two bishops that I can break this. And if in the modern, if you can break the center, you basically dominate the game, and that's the whole idea. That's why in chess it says if you're attacking on the sides, if your opponent's attacking you on the side, you attack in the center. It's the old time warfare. All right, e4. Interesting. Takes. So one pawn has collapsed at this moment in the center. So knight comes crushing in. Takes. Now you have a very influential game because you now control the two bishops, and potentially, if played correctly, this guy will get taken out of the way, and then you'll have these nice positioned a1 to h8, h1 to a8 diagonals. Power. Queen to c5. That's a nice move. Really nice move. Because that forces knight f6. By force, that has to be played. And then you crunch the center. Perfect. That plays right in with the modern totally. Once this is taken, you are now the one with full control of the game. But they would some players would dispute us about that idea, because yes, you will have once this guy gets traded off, the queen takes. Yeah, you do have semi-weak king that could easily be taken care of though with knight e2 and then castles. But you have central control with your bishops, which is amazingly powerful, and black's going to have a headache the entire game trying to stop these guys here. So that's stellar to see a really good one in that. Oh, so you see castles queenside. Interesting. And castle queens. Yeah, I was wondering why did you castle queenside? Because I was thinking that. So I think it was good. Yeah, I see. I understand castling queenside. I think I get an idea why you're doing that. Because this pawn, once you castle, this pawn protects you. I see that. And now if he takes here, you can actually smack him with bishop takes, pawn takes, and then your queen takes. So, okay, so you're thinking here, here, and then bishop g3. Interesting. But then you have a check. Let's see. If his king moves, then you can play there, takes. It's just kind of a mess. Very messy. I don't know if I would like to be in. This is not a fun position. So probably castling queenside is proper at this point. That's too messy. That is way too messy for me. Ugh. I do not want to go into that. That's ugly looking. Takes. Ooh, ouch. Where? Oh, so you're thinking, okay, up to there. Oh, sorry, here, here, there, Okay. Oh, not a. Okay, threatens check on. Okay, B. Hold on, let me see. Oh, okay. So that's a. Hey, you know what? Your king's safe. That's what matters. Maybe takes, takes. And then there you go. And I think you've won a pawn here. Yeah, devastating. That's interesting. Okay, there. Yeah, especially since you're actually in total control. Let's see here. Wow. Oops, come on, stop doing that. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's see, what do we got here? Okay, so you're saying move on move 8? Okay, just remember 18 so that so move 8. Let's see. When you play c4, there is some positional problems like giving up the right to castle. Potentially that's odd, yeah. I see that. Let's go to 18. I want to see this is becoming pretty interesting for sure. But I see why he moves, because if he tried like something like, oops, he might something like that there's so there. Yeah, you know what? We all, you know what? That's the thing. Even some of the chess players, it's as long as you can recover and do it right on. You're. This is all about learning. Also, I think knight. Wow. Okay. Check. Check. Uh-oh. This is not looking too. Wait a second. Why didn't he just snap this off? That's insane. Let's see. Have to retreat back there. And you could play there, so you wouldn't want to do that. What would we do in this sitch? And I think if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that. I didn't. Something like that. Wow. He takes there. Man, that was interesting. So let's see. Where were we here? Okay, move 14. Not castles. So I think at this point, e7 takes. Yeah, we don't want that position. That's right. I don't want that. That simplifies everything. Yes. I'm trying to think. What could we have played? Let's see. Here. Not there. Oh yeah, we talked. Sorry, it's right here. This is right. Bishop takes. That's the correct position move. There. And then this, yeah. This right here. Perhaps I had to look for perpetual earlier on. No, I resigned. It's a nay. What? We're learning. There is no loss. Yeah, it's the. Let's see. Let's see. What could we have actually played here? Huh. I think you might have perpetual here. I think you have perpetual. No, you don't have perpetual. I was wrong. So D there. Maybe here. I was thinking something like this here. I think. No, I think there was a potential for an idea. No, I was wrong. Because check here. Yeah, this check really is a pain in the Titanic, man. Oh boy. Okay, then you take here. Actually, you can't take there, so. So I think this might be winning for. No, that still isn't winning because of here. Nope, that's wrong. Yeah, that's not winning. Let's see. Maybe if we play here. Nope, well, that is interesting looking now. Cause we gotta check there. Well, you can play here. Huh. This is an interesting position. That is odd. So if not takes there, but bishop to d4. That looks interesting. Bishop d4. Because let's just give black a move. We'll just play here. Let's see what happens if he plays there. Yeah, there's mate. So the bishop here is actually correct. I'm thinking. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, queen check. Interesting. So it's queen check. You did have a draw. You did have a draw here. So it was a perpetual. Oh, you were winning. Wow. That's winning. Yeah, that was winning. Wow. Snikes. So it's the only way to save the game for black is to actually perpetual. Otherwise, he loses the game. Because then if he tries here, you check, comes over, you win a piece, and it's this here, and this is hanging. The king's totally open. There's really nothing that he may be able to. Nope, he can't even win that because they're there, and now you're up a piece. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. You had the right idea with the perpetual, though. You had it. You had the idea. Yeah, it is. It is. That is something that we. That's a human emotion that computers don't have. Is the panic. They don't feel bad. We found it. So yeah, it's possible to even pull a draw out of a position that's like this. It tells you that there's always opportunity. That's why you could take a game, win, lose, or draw, and go over it and find something totally new about it. And that's the whole us. That's why going over games are really cool. Well, let's see. What time? What time is it? Okay, 12:43. Well, I'm gonna have to kind of pull off for my studies a little bit. So I thank you, Fox, for the games and going over the games and learning. This was very enriching. I appreciate that you shared the games with us. And you know what? It shows right there that there's always, like I know I said, I'm going to say it again, there's always opportunity in play for the chance to draw the game. Good job, guy. Good job, Fox. Okay, guys, I do gotta log on off. Thank you so much for logging on though and talking in the chat and the games that we're going over. They're wonderful. So keep up the good work, guys. Okay. As Wesley So says, serve the Lord Jesus. And as I say, guys, God bless. And I'll see you next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Keep up the learning. Keep up progressing. Never give up. Bye bye, guys.